Mark Aurelius once said that the soul is colored in the color of its thoughts. Every idea, every spark of curiosity forms who you become. Imagine a version of yourself that is even sharper, penetrating and overflowing with newly acquired wisdom. This is not a distant dream, but a tangible reality, and in this video you will learn 10 powerful standing methods to increase your intelligence. Use this opportunity to explore every aspect of your mind and its limitless potential. If you are passionately interested in personal growth, take a minute to click on the notification bell and subscribe. Let our journey to a wiser version of you begin. Method number 1. Adopt change as a teacher. Constant change. Times of the year are changing, technologies are developing, and even our favorite snacks can get a new recipe. While many of us resist change, fearing the unknown or the loss of the usual, Stoics consider changes as a natural part of life and a deep teacher. Think about it. Didn't it happen every time you grew up? Didn't it happen with the changes? Whether it's moving to a new city, starting a new job, or even reading a book that changes your perspective, changes push us out of our comfort zone and make us adapt. It is this adaptation, education about flourishing in changing conditions, that sharpens our intellect and resilience are refined. Mark Aurelius, a beacon of Stoic wisdom, once thought, loss is nothing but a change, and change is the pleasure of nature. Such a perspective is both refreshing and inspiring. Instead of perceiving changes as loss, we can see in them the opportunity, the chance to learn something, to adapt and to grow. Now, the adoption of changes does not mean that we must recklessly chase every new trend or constantly turn our lives upside down. Instead, we are talking about the development of flexible thinking. We are talking about the understanding that changes, big or small, are an opportunity to learn something. When we approach changes with curiosity, not with fear, we not only with grace overcome ups and downs of life, but also constantly expand our knowledge and understanding. Next time, when you face changes, be it a new software at work or a detour on the way home, take a deep breath and accept it. Remember, every change is a lesson waiting for its time. And with every lesson, our intellect grows. Method number 2. Accepting discomfort for growth. When we think about comfort, we often imagine a cozy bed, a favorite TV show, or perhaps a mug of hot cocoa on a cold day. But what if I tell you that the way to true intellect and wisdom often lies beyond this comfort zone? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy which has withstood the test of time, teaches us that the acceptance of discomfort can be a powerful tool for personal growth. Imagine that you have a difficult task, for example, to learn a new language or to master a musical instrument, to give up when things get difficult, or to avoid such tasks at all. But the Stoics believed that these moments of discomfort offered the best opportunities for growth. Overcoming anxiety and struggle, we not only acquire new skills, but also develop resilience and psychological endurance, which can serve us in all spheres of life. Mark Aurelius once said, "Obstacles are the way." This means that the challenges and obstacles we face are not barriers on our way of growth, but rather the way itself. Rethinking our approach and perceiving discomfort as an opportunity, not an obstacle, we can use its power to move forward. Remember the Stoic wisdom the next time you face a difficult task or uncomfortable situation. Accept discomfort and know that with every overcome obstacle you not only become smarter, but also create a stronger and more resilient version of yourself. Method number 3. Practice of intentional removal. We often hear about the importance of being involved in work, study, relationships. But what about the other side? The Stoics recognize the great value of intentional removal, conscious departure from the usual routines and habits, to refresh our perspective and rejuvenate our mind. Imagine an artist who worked on a painting for several hours. Sometimes the best thing he can do is to see the true essence of the canvas, to step back, take a break and return with a new look. In this way, our mind periodically needs to be removed in order to then approach the tasks with renewed energy and clarity. Mark Aurelius noted in his introspective notes, he noted, "People are looking for a refuge for themselves, a home out of town, seaside and mountains, and you are also very inclined to wish for such things. But this is, in general, a sign of the most ordinary people, for you have the power to move away when you wish for it." This is a Stoic wisdom, emphasizes that the true refuge is not a physical distance, but the space inside us, away from the constant pressure of external requirements. In our era of constant social contacts, the idea of disappointment may seem strange. And yet it is more important than ever. This does not mean to give up our duties or to avoid obligations. Instead, we are talking about conscious allocation of time, whether it is a few minutes or a few days, to disconnect, think and just be. It can be as simple as a walk without a phone, a deep breathing exercise, or a one-day devotional to the activities without gadgets. By practicing intentional detachment, we give our mind the space necessary for processing information, education and growth. This is the counterbalance of the constant involvement of modern life, and in this balance we find a way to greater intellect and a deeper understanding. So while you are coping with the tasks of today, remember the power of stopping for at least a minute to regain clarity and purposefulness. Method number 4. Support of continuous learning. Supporting continuous education. The completion of formal education, whether it is a school or a university, does not mean the end of education. If anything, it is only the beginning. The Stoics believe that every day opens up new opportunities for education, growth and improvement of our understanding of the world. This is the concept of education throughout life, not about collecting diplomas and certificates. It is a matter of the cultivation of sincere curiosity and a thirst for knowledge that will last a lifetime. Remember the amazement of a child when they come across something new. Their eyes shine, questions are poured out, and the imagination accelerates. As adults, it is easy to lose this feeling of surprise among the duties and routines of everyday life. But what if we could ignite that spark again? What if we approached every day with the same desire to learn and comprehend? Epictetus in his profound simplicity stated, "Only educated are free." In fact, it is not only about formal education. It is about freedom that comes with understanding, with expanding horizons and a continuous aspiration for knowledge. When we devote ourselves to learning throughout our life, we arm ourselves with tools to cope with the difficulties of being with grace and wisdom. In our digital age, the resources for learning are at a distance of one click. From podcasts to documentaries to interactive applications, the possibilities to expand your knowledge are endless.